The Super Bowl may be regarded by some as the biggest sporting occasion ever. These individuals are probably incorrect and Americans. It can be difficult to even qualify for the biggest sporting event in the world, which only happens once every 4 years. Of course, I'm talking about the World Cup. The stakes are bigger than they would be in an annual tournament because the competition only occurs once every 4 years. It boasts the largest field of teams in any competition because every nation in the world has a chance to qualify, even if it is remote. Only 8 teams have won the World Cup out of the numerous nations competing. They are Spain, England, France, Brazil, Italy, and you might assume that there is a lack of parity or that a select few teams usually prevail because so few teams have won this prestigious championship. This couldn't be further from the truth. Every World Cup contains a number of surprises. Soccer scoring is so low that it just takes one goal, and one decisive moment, for a David to defeat a Goliath. The atmosphere and thrill of the World Cup are greatly enhanced by these surprises. 10 of the biggest shockers in World Cup history are listed here. Some of the nations engaged in these surprises are no longer in existence because the World Cup has been around for so long. So let's get started with the top 10 biggest upsets in World Cup history. Put on your cleats and shin guards. Number 10. Super Classic Match. Bulgaria defeats Germany 2-1 in the 1994 World Cup quarterfinal. In terms of global soccer, Germany is a great superpower. They have dominated opponents from throughout the world and have won 4 World Cups, 1954, 1974, 1990, and 2014. In 1994, the Germans were the defending World Cup champions and faced Bulgaria as big favorites in the quarter-finals. Most casual supporters believed they would easily defeat the Bulgarian team. In fact, during the game's opening stages, Germany had the majority of opportunities and a significant amount of possession. Lothar Matthaus' penalty kick early in the second half gave the Germans the lead. Numerous spectators believed the game was over. The Bulgars had different plans. Hristo Stoichkov equalized with a stunning free kick with only 15 minutes left on the clock. 3 minutes later, in the 78th, Yordan Lechkov scored to give the Bulgarians an unlikely lead. The Germans' chances of repeating as World Cup champions were ended by these 2 goals, which are still considered the most significant in Bulgarian World Cup history. Number 9. Match highlights from Spain vs Switzerland from the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Spain's 2010 World Cup squad was renowned for its possession-controlling passing game. With possession, the opposing side would have to pursue the Spaniards, which would wear them out and make them angry. With notable international stars like Andrés Iniesta, Xavi Hernandez, and David Villa, the 2010 Spanish national team is regarded as one of the best teams in recent memory because to this approach. Their opening game at the 2010 World Cup in South Africa was against Switzerland, a heavy underdog. Midfielder Gelson Fernandez of Switzerland scored the first goal in the game. The Swiss were successful in maintaining their advantage and eventually prevailed. Spain, however, had the last laugh as they were able to regain their composure and went on to win the entire cup, becoming the country's first and only World Cup victor. Number 8.1950 American shock to English. The wonder on grass in 1863, soccer was first played in England. For the country, it is a source of great pride. Despite this, they didn't start competing in the World Cup until 1950. However, the English were considered the favorites heading into the competition. After defeating Chile in their opening group match, England faced an American team made up largely of semi-professional athletes. With tenacity and perseverance, the American squad scored late in the first half due to a header from Joseph Geachens. England kept up the attack pressure, but they were unsuccessful in scoring. The Brazilian fans' encouragement helped the American team persevere. Only one American writer attended the World Cup at the time because soccer was not a well-liked sport in the United States. The only World Cup game in which the Americans have defeated England, this triumph is the most well-known in American men's soccer history. England was eliminated from the competition after losing to Spain in their final group stage match. Number 7. World Cup 1966. Italy vs North Korea. AI colorized. Italy is a dominant force in soccer, having taken home 4 World Cup titles. Not so much with North Korea. The fact that their team had even made it to the 1966 World Cup in England astonished them. Since then, they have only achieved World Cup qualification. The Soviet Union defeated the Koreans in their opening match. They played better in their second game and were able to draw with highly favored Chile. They faced an Italian club that was viewed as having greater talent in their third game. North Korea played with grit, planning, and cooperation. They managed to win courtesy to a goal from Pak Duik after holding the Italians without a goal for the entire 90 minutes. The most notable win in North Korean soccer history came from this triumph, which saw the Italian team ousted. Number 6. France 1-0 Senegal, 2002. The French team entered the 2002 World Cup on a positive note. They had won both the 2000 Euro Cup and the 1998 World Cup, thus they had very high hopes going into the 2002 competition. The message must not have reached Senegal. They put up a lot of effort and managed to form an efficient cross. The goalkeeper stopped Senegalese striker Bouba Diop's first attempt, but his team scored on his second try. By removing his shirt in front of the corner flag and dancing with his teammates, Diop introduced a legendary celebration. Senegal has achieved numerous notable victories, but this was the first that demonstrated their potential on a global scale. France, on the other side, was eliminated after the group stage. In all 3 of their games, they were unable to even score a goal. Denmark, Uruguay, Senegal. On the back of this legendary victory, Senegal has significantly boosted their soccer reputation and continues to develop elite players. Number 5. WC 1938 and an 8th Romania vs Cuba. The only group here that didn't genuinely qualify is Cuba. Mexico chose to withdraw from the 1938 World Cup, and Cuba replaced them. They were seen as significant underdogs in comparison to the Romanian team, as one could anticipate. With a goal from Stefan de Bay in the 35th minute, Romania took the lead right away. The Cuban team was still behind at the break. However, the Cubans came out battling after the intermission. Number 4. East Germany defeated West Germany 1-0. 1974. The next game on our list occurred during the 1974 World Cup in West Germany, and it is definitely unique. Its political implications made it so special. Germany was split into East and West Germany following World War II. Democratic countries were in charge of the region's western half, while Communist Russia was in charge of its eastern half. West Germany was thought to be the clear favorite because they were the hosts. However, the East Germans shocked everyone and triumphed thanks to a goal from Jürgen Sparwasser in the 77th minute and a strong defense that kept the West German squad scoreless. However, the West Germans had the last laugh as they went on to win the competition after defeating the Czech Republic 2-1. Number 3.1990 World Cup. Argentina vs Cameroon. Argentina was regarded as one of the top teams in the world after winning the 1986 World Cup. Diego Maradona, one of the most well-known soccer players, served as its leader. For his club career, Maradona was well known and honored in Italy, the host country. Cameroon did not back down and came prepared to play rough. When François Omambaik scored in the 67th minute, their aggressiveness had paid dividends. Even though they received 2 red cards in the process, the Cameroonians persisted in exerting great effort to hold on to their lead. Even though Cameroon finished the game with just 9 men, they played with great team spirit. It persisted, eventually becoming the first African team in World Cup history to make it all the way to the quarter-finals of a competition. South American foe Brazil ultimately eliminated Argentina in the round of 16. Even by today's standards, An African team defeating the reigning World Cup champion was extremely incredible in 1990. Number 2. West Germany lost against Algeria, 1982. Germany should be considered the favorite in practically every World Cup match. They are a well-organized group of professional athletes. During the 1982 World Cup in Spain, this was unquestionably the situation. Algeria, on the other hand, was competing in their first World Cup. With 2 goals in the second half, they made it count and kept the West Germans at bay. They scored in the 54th and 68th minutes, respectively, mere seconds after Germany's equalizer. Although Algeria's victory was undoubtedly notable and historic, you must also give West Germany's team credit. They bounced back from the defeat and advanced to the World Cup final, when they fell victim to a powerful Italian team. Number 1. Argentina defeats Saudi Arabia 2-1. 2022. The last match on our list was played at the Qatar 2022 World Cup, making it the most recent match as well. Argentina had recently won the Copa America. The quality on Argentina's team was abundant, and it included Lionel Messi, who is regarded as the greatest player ever and unquestionably the best player in the modern era. Argentina entered the match as the clear favorite, as one might anticipate. But Saudi Arabia has other plans. Messi's early penalty kick gave Argentina the lead. Salah Al-Shehri and Salem Al-Dossari scored 2 goals for Saudi Arabia in a short period of time as they kept up their hard work. Despite Argentina's team's best efforts, Saudi Arabia managed to hold on and secure a renowned triumph.